Hi guys, I know I'm a bit late to the party this month, but this is the May private Let's Play, and this is Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which won by quite a large landslide. It's a relatively short game. I'd say it's about, I don't know, 3 hours or so. Well, we'll see how it goes, but we'll probably do a part every few days from now on. For those of you who don't know what it's about, I don't really want to tell you because it kind of spoils what it's about, but it's pretty dark, and I really like it. So, yeah. Whatever my opinions on the Chinese room as like as content creators, I think they did a really good job with this, and this is a really good game. I'm not a big fan of a lot of their other work, but this one is very unique, I would say, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It is a walking simulator, so we'll be taking in the story a lot and listening to things, but I haven't played this since I watched Sinnoh play it about 2.5 years ago when it came out on PS4, so I'm looking forward to.
This is Dr. Catherine Collins. I don't know if anyone will ever hear this. It's all over. I'm the only one left.
One thing I will say about this game is it's probably one of the most beautiful games I think I've ever played. Period. It's gorgeous. It's fucking gorgeous. Like, I was blown away by this. If you don't know what the UK is like as well, this is quite a good example of a rural English village, this game. That's what it takes place in. It's not very unlike the place that I live, which is kind of freaky in some ways considering the tone of what's happened here, but we'll see. Anyway. So here we are, in the world of Everyone's Gone to the Rapture.
I'm going to continue to broadcast for as long as I am able. If I'm right, we should be able to pick up the signal right across the valley. The event has left markers. We don't understand it yet, but we're going to keep working to try and understand it. You can use them to find what you're looking for. The answers, they're all here. The answers are in the light.
Okay. Very weird shit here. So, the general plot of this game, I'm not going to obviously spoil anything right off the bat, but that's our speed signs, by the way. And this is Valis Observatory. Basically, an event has occurred in this village. An event. I'm not going to say what the event is. To be fair, I'm not even really sure what it is. But something has happened in this little village. And as a result, things are not entirely what they seem.
This is a special announcement by the Emergency Measures Committee. Due to exceptional circumstances, radio and television in this area has been brought under the control of the EMC as per the Crisis Preparedness and Action Bill of 1982. Keep your radio and television on at all times. Stay indoors and avoid contact with other people. Do not attempt to telephone outside your local area. Do not panic and remain civil and calm. Stay tuned to this station for updates.
That's so very typical of just a British fucking public broadcast. Even now, I wonder what that could have been. Even now, like, if there was an emergency, we'd get a broadcast like that. It'd be like, just stay calm, grit your teeth, everything will work out. So those balls are fairly important. That glowing ball we see over there. We can't progress down this way because it has been walled off. But you can see in the distance there the outskirts of the village. But let's see what this ball is. Because it's very creepy. Hi! I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. Because my mouse does not seem to be... There we go. Oh, I almost got it. I almost got it. So, this does not seem to work as well as it does on PlayStation. In fact, I don't know if it's even responding to my movements. Like, my mouse seems to move fine here, but it's not responding at all. I might use a controller. Let's see how things play on a controller. I feel like it might be better. Of course, it's still giving me a mouse prompt, which is... And it's now using a PS4 controller, even though I don't have a PS4 controller connected. There we go, I think we're getting there. There we go, on a controller that works much better.
I'm trying to do my job. You two will be the only staff on site for this rotation. I'm just saying, if the main gate's power fails, then there's no way in or out of the observatory.
That's why there are backup generators. Jesus, why the hell are we even discussing this?
Just don't you come running to me if you get locked in.
If we get locked in, we won't be able to come running to you, will we? You let us worry about the clever stuff, and you can concentrate on sweeping up leaves and changing light bulbs. Happy? Now piss off.
Arsehole.
That was a pretty arsehole thing to say, Stephen. This is us, I think.
You're angry with me doesn't mean you have to take it out on everyone else.
Kate, can we just talk about this?
No, Stephen, I'm done. I just want to get out of this place, and tonight is our best chance of doing that. You prep the arrays, I'm heading up to Tower 6.
Kate. I love you. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that. Come on, let's get started.
I will say the voice acting in this is really on point as well. Like, it's really good shit. Like, I believe that we're playing as Kate, although I might be wrong. It's been a long time since I played. And Kate, obviously, as you can tell by her accent, is an American. I think she's dating Stephen, and that's why she's in the UK. But yeah, there we go. There is, I don't believe, a run key, or if there is, it's like a slight jog. It's very hard to tell, to be honest with you, the variance in speed. Oh, hi, Ball. How you doing? Where you going? Come back! Come here! Come here, we're friends, right? Come here. So this is Jeremy. And this music is really fucking beautiful. Like, really fucking beautiful. I felt I lost my way a bit the first time we played this. Like, I was never really sure entirely where I was going. Jeremy, come back. We should look over here first.
Well, I suppose from that we can assume that they really are serious about this whole quarantine thing. If Mrs. Boughton wandered off that way before they closed the road, I suspect we'll never find her. Not until this whole thing blows over.
But it's more than a little odd. I mean, this is Yorton, for goodness sake. There was no need for them to be so rude.
Well, if they are so concerned that they are willing to close off the roads, I suspect they would argue that there is every need. What is certain is that for the time being, none of us are going anywhere.
But he had a rifle, a soldier with a rifle, in Shropshire. The world's gone stark raving mad. I've a good mind to write to my MP.
You do that, Barb, and I'll personally deliver it for you, once this blockade is removed anyway. Come on, Bob. I can't spend all day chasing pensioners around the valley. The surgery won't open itself. I need to grab some paracetamol when we get back as well. Fucking headache all of a sudden.
Again, that's something like British people would definitely be like, I'm going to write to my MP about this serious situation. And the MP would just do fuck all, because they wouldn't give a fuck anyway. Let's be honest. Let's be fucking honest, guys. Let's be real. MP is Member of Parliament, for those of you who aren't British who are watching. It's like, I guess you're like Senator or something like that. Regardless, Jeremy's ball is leading us towards Yorton here, which is the little village where this is set. Oh, the phone's ringing. Who could it be in the traditional English phone books? It's set in the past, by the way. It's not set in present day. Because nowadays, no one would fucking use these.
Kate, if you can hear this, you need to shut down the optical array. It's using the observatory as a conduit to reach us, and it started spreading its range beyond the valley. Kate, we can't afford to let it do that. It's getting stronger. I'm going to call Clive back, and I'm going to force him to order the strike. I just don't see what other choice we have. God knows if
can you hear me? We need help.
Who are you? Jesus, get off the phone! Get off the phone! It's in the phone! It's in the phone.
So that was Stephen, who we were just talking to up there. Talking to us, and then someone else got in the call, and whatever it is in the phones. And it being in the phones is a bad thing. It's definitely a bad thing. This is exactly what our fucking road signs look like. District of Haverton, welcome to Yorton. Please drive carefully. Well, the speed limit is only 30 miles an hour here, so... Hi, Ball. Don't worry, I'll come over there in a minute. I'm just having a look around. Alright. But yeah, I hope this guy gives you... This guy does give like a very realistic insight, I suppose, into what a British town's like. I'm not gonna lie. This is way harder than it should be to get those to work.
Don't be so hard on yourself. We've all had rejections.
You haven't.
Come on. We'll look at the figures, tighten up the data, and resubmit. Your core idea is sound. You just got the numbers slightly wrong.
Don't patronize me.
I'm not patronizing you. I think you are a brilliant man, Dr. Appleton. Listen. I'm here, right? We're together, you and me.
Gay.
The alignment event tomorrow. It's yours, okay? You saw the opportunity, you ran the numbers. Even if they can't see it, I'm proud of you.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Steven. Look on the bright side. Around here, you're a hero. Prodigal son returns, right? I'm surprised they haven't erected a statue in your honor
Erected.
yet.
Oh, you can laugh all you want. But I'll bet the parish council have a subcommittee working on that right now.
Oh, God. British countryside memes, guys. Every small town has a parish council that acts like what they do is important when it isn't at all important whatsoever in the grand scheme of things. Oh, the parish needs to decide what flowers we're going to have at the fete this week. That sort of shit, you know? You got a bus stop. So it looks like these two, anyway, us and Stephen, were involved in some experiments that were going on at the laboratory we were closed out of at the beginning up there. Very interesting, right? We've got a pub here, the Stars at Night. Gonna have a look in here first. Quarantine. Do not attempt to leave, you will be detained. Do not attempt to telephone outside your local area. So all the houses were locked down. Like, they really went full fucking quarantine on this place. Like, you can't do this. You can't interact. You can't do such and such. Got Very British back garden here, the nice tent. Play some tennis. Play some Wimbledon. Can't go in here apparently, but there is a Weasel brand bike. Lovely. This same thing is playing. The Voice of the Stars, by the way, is the name of the pub and the book there, which is...
extraordinary.
Oh.
The whole thing reminds me of high school. Seeing Mars for the first time. That same rush of excitement. My hands are shaking.
So Kate was definitely excited to be here at some point. Which is definitely... I don't know. The story is very cryptic to begin with, and I guess, to be fair, even though I played this before, like, I still was never 100% sure, like I said, of what was happening. And I'd be very interested to see the insight that you guys give on that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very curious to see what you guys think will happen. There's lots of balls flying around over there, but I want to check out all these bases first and show you what's going on in them. Closed until further notice. We've got the flu. Please try the 7th Whistler. We'll be back in business as soon as we're up and about. George and Helen Gables. Guess they're the landlord and lady. And I mean, this is like a very stereotypical English pub. Curry and a pint, only £2. You can say this in the past. That'd be like fucking £5 now at least. Local fish and chips. Ale of the day. 50 fucking p. Be like fucking like at least $3.99 now. Fuck off. I can definitely hear something in here. This is locked up though. God damn it, I want to get in there. See if we can look around this way. There it is. I was looking for that radio.
I keep looking, but it makes no sense. The area we picked the pattern up from can no longer be located on the scope. That's just not possible. You can see significant changes to the quality of the ambient light in that part of the sky. It's overexposed, like a Polaroid left in direct sunlight.
So there's all these sciencey things that you've said on the radios, and I never really quite fully comprehend them. I don't know if you're meant to. But I definitely missed out on some stuff last time when I was exploring the town and things. Like, the balls show you, like, obviously where to go, I think, for each sort of, like... Oh, hi.
See me as an outsider here as well.
Is that supposed to make me feel any better?
I understand it's difficult. That's all I'm saying. Your lot up at Vallis have never mixed with the local community. People here, they don't really understand what you do up there.
Nothing bad. Nothing bad.
Church.
It's not just about faith. It's about the community. Be involved. Be seen as part of it. One of them.
Good morning, Father. Lovely day. Oh, hello. Mrs. Appleton, isn't it?
It's Dr. Collins.
Lady scientist. Whatever next.
How dare you?
Father Wheeler.
You really think that's a community that will ever see me as one of them? I can live with them staring at me. If they just stay out of my way.
I find that very interesting. So that's the priest there. I think Jeremy is the priest. That's the person whose story we're on at the moment. And I would say that, especially in like the time that this is set, that woman's reaction of, oh, a female scientist, whatever next sort of thing, isn't that shocking or surprising or unusual a reaction, if I'm perfectly honest with you. And I know that sounds kind of bad, but I think especially for the 80s, that would have been like a fairly normal reaction. This place is so fucking big, I don't really know where to go. I do not like that sound either. That didn't sound too cheery, did it? Let's be honest with you. So we'll take things at a pace. We'll explore where I want to go, and we'll see what we find. The orbs obviously wants to go that way, but there's someone's house here, so let's have a look around in here, shall we? I think one thing Americans always say, like, as well as like British houses are really fucking small, like, and after experiencing American homes and seeing how huge they are and how much space you have, like, I can definitely understand where you're coming from, because, like, to me, this would be a really big backyard, for example. This would be, like, really big. Like, I have a backyard on par with that size now, but that's the first time I've ever had a piece of, like, space that big. You know what I mean? And this house, like, by my standards,
Hello?
this house is big.
Hello?
Oh, Jeremy's just coming in the house here.
I thought you'd left town.
Amanda seems pretty upset.
We did try, but they've closed all the roads and you can't get through. And then Georgie and Ben said they had headaches, and then they started bleeding.
Oh, shit.
It was horrible. They were so scared. So Neil turned the car around, and we saw the house was open, and I know we shouldn't have, but we just came in to clean up the kids, and then Neil and I started bleeding as well, and it's all over my blouse. Everyone was so tired.
It's all right, Amanda. Everything will be all right.
I'm not sure it will be, Jeremy,
Just
but,
try and calm
you know.
down and tell me where Neil and the children are.
They're upstairs.
Oh, fuck.
They were tired, and Neil said they could take a nap in the bed, and I thought Barbara wouldn't mind as they're only children, and I was so tired, so Neil took them up. He took them upstairs to tuck them in.
Oh, God.
That was 6 hours ago. He never came back down.
This is pretty bleak shit.
Just be too frightened to go look.
I guess we'll go look in a second.
Why don't we go and look together? I can hold your hand if you like.
Yeah.
Shit.
I could manage that, yes.
This is pretty hard-hitting stuff early on in the game.
Of course I'll help you.
You can see the bloody tissues on the floor there, by the way, where she's, like, bled quite a bit.
Neil? Neil, are you there?
Door's locked. Doors wouldn't be locked in a British house for the most part inside. See more bloody tissues there. Fucking orb is going up and down the street there, causing a right fucking mess. But yeah. You know they were fucked, right? You just know they were just completely fucking fucked. And there's nothing you can do. You're like someone watching the after effects of something awful that's happened, and I find that kind of fascinating. I kind of the viewpoint you have in this game. I know my commentary isn't really like super funny and stuff, but I'm just experiencing the story, if that makes sense. Well, you know it makes sense. You know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna have a quick look around everywhere though. Like, this might be longer than I anticipate it being. Could definitely hear something in the back garden of that place as well. This is very typical British countryside though. Like, this is pretty much like where I don't live in Shropshire, but it's pretty much like where I live. Sweeping, lots of green, lots of space, but it's weird because we don't really have that much space compared to the US, because everything here is pretty close together. We have a general store here, Yorton Stores. I've got to try and get this to work again. It's definitely hard to do these. I don't really know what I'm doing. There we go. Got there in the end, guys. They're pretty fiddly.
What are you doing? I saw you doing that.
Go away from me. Don't come near me.
This is people's property. You're scaring them.
It's all over the village. It's got into everything. It's so fast.
What are you talking about?
It's traveling down the wires.
Dear God, man, you've lost your mind. Where is Kate? What have you done with her?
Don't you understand? is breaching the quarantine and adapting.
Give me that bloody can. Hand it over, Appleton.
No, get off.
No, Sam, stop it. You weedy little shit. Give
It's
me the
mine.
Can. Give me the
Stop
can.
it, I need it.
Grow up!
So Sam and Jeremy had a fight here.
Oh, God, no. It's starting to manifest itself everywhere.
Sam and Stephen. Oh, I'm
Stephen,
confused.
come back.
Oh, Christ.
No, Stephen and Jeremy had a fight here. My orb's like, please follow me, please. I really need you to follow me. I will do, but I want to check out these houses on this side first. Shop is closed. Sorry, Dave. So whatever it was has breached quarantine and is spreading. It goes down the wires. This is so fucking... This is so like every fucking English village. It really is. Like, they've encapsulated it to a ridiculously high degree. Like, it's kind of eerie, you know what I mean? Like, the amount of places I've been that are like this, like... It's so many, really. So fucking many. I want to see what this is over here. Town hall, maybe? Seems like it could be. You got on quiz night. So this is like where, like, I guess, like, local communities... Oh. You want me to see something here? I'm happy to have a look. They definitely want me to go inside the town hall here, so... This place is really big. We'll do the town hall, though. It wants us to, so, you know.
What about the station?
That's shut down too. So there's no way in or out of the valley. They're obviously serious about this flu thing.
Yeah, it's just the flu.
It's flu at all. He said he's been practicing medicine for 30 years and he's seen plenty of flu, and he said this doesn't feel right.
Dr. Phil?
Well, there's nothing of any use on the radio.
Sorry, I'm late, everyone. Have you started?
Yes, but to be honest, there's not really that much to discuss. This
Tea, of
quarantine
course,
is
here.
in place. There's roadblocks and everything. No one really seems to know anything, but people are definitely missing. More of them too, not just a couple of old biddies. No one's seen the Sullivans since yesterday, and the house is just sitting there unlocked.
I just got back from the farm. All of Frank's cows died in the night. He's devastated.
Poor man. Hasn't he had enough for 1 year? First Mary and now this.
Well, if no one's coming in to sort this mess out, we're just going to have to do it ourselves. Barbara, get Phil to do a stock take on medication. Jeremy, put the word out for people to congregate at the village hall. It's best we get everyone in one place for the time being. Good. I'll organise supplies. We'll have a lot of hungry mouths to feed. There's plenty at the depot, but well, let's start with what's here in the village. I'll draw up a rota. Charlie, you help me with that?
Anything for you, Meg?
I'll head out into the valley and scoop up the isolated families and check in with Lizzie Graves at the camp. Has anyone seen or heard anything from Stephen Appleton or his wife?
Who are presumably the sources of this, seeing as Kate and Stephen seem to be quite key figures in this incident. What's that over on the rugby pitch? You got a rugby pitch here. Like, I don't know if Americans are aware of this, but I'm just to tell you, like, American football and, like, baseball, in the UK, most people won't even know the rules. Like, I don't. I have no fucking clue. There's a rugby ball and some towels there. Everything's kind of just frozen in time. Like everything was suddenly dropped. It's really, really disturbing. There's a church over there I noticed, but we're going to go there much later on. We'll go back there later on. I think that's like the conclusion of Jeremy's story there, and I'd like to see more of what he has to offer in this section. So I feel that much as I have a general distrust of religion, Jeremy as a character seems to be a good person, and he seems to be like doing his best to be like a pillar of the community here. The church is up there. I'm going to pop in this one house. But I also think this is the time to end the first video. Actually, I don't even get in here. Yeah, I'll end the first video here, guys. If you enjoyed, please remember to leave a like and let me know what you thought of the video in the comments section. I know you can't share this one because it's a private Let's Play, but thank you very much for supporting me on Game Wisp and all that kind of stuff. Let's listen to this very quickly before we wrap up.
Electrical failures all over Tower 6. The light is flowing like liquid. Its sense of purpose is overwhelming. There's something in... Steven? Steven, is that you?
Oh, that's creepy as fuck. Alright guys, thanks for supporting me on GameWisp or Twitch or whatever you are putting your money in to help, and I'll see you really soon for more stuff.